Hear me, love me. We have been listening to you and all your fans all around love you. So, but what made you decide to do a show like this? Because somewhere you said that you're a millennial in your head.
Yeah.
And this concept of blind dating, what made you say like, let me host this show?
It was a very unusual, original concept and different from what I've ever done before. And I steer towards doing things that are a little ahead of its time and moving ahead with the times. I really think that has been my philosophy in life. And Amazon Prime, when they approached me for this original series, I was more than happy to jump in because I feel it caters to a different audience.
Yeah.
So I've done stuff on the big screen, small screen, now the OTT platform. I'm also doing stuff on radio. So I've kind of conquered all aspects.
Totally reinvented yourself.
Yeah, and I really think that is my USP. That I'm able to do different stuff and actually, if I say so myself, wanting to be a trendsetter is what kind of keeps me going.
Absolutely.
I want to do stuff that other people haven't done. And this platform really worked in that sense.
You're a happily married lady with a child, but what is your idea on dating? Would you have done something like this before you met your husband?
I have been on a couple of blind dates, and I was honest enough to say it didn't work out well. I think we were just not compatible, and it didn't continue after that. But how our show works differently is, I think if I had the opportunity to meet 3 people where the guys behind the show have done a lot of due diligence on them and research on them, and if I'm given 3 good choices, why not? And in this time and age, I just feel that there's such a scarcity of, I'm not saying love, but commitment.
True.
So you know that the guys who have come on the show want to go on the date as well. So they're not commitment phobic.
True.
And you get to know and see so much more, or rather hear so much more than the normal course.
Because, but always with women, as you also said, we all have a prototype, tall, dark, handsome. Looks are very important. You also belong to an industry where looks are very important. And now you have people on social media with those filters to make themselves look better. So do you really feel somebody is just going to fall in love with a voice and looks ki dekhi jayegi?
I don't know about love, but they really have the choice to make about who they want to go on a date with. And then it goes to the next level of love. I mean, it would be too early to say that, it's going to be love at first voice.
True.
But yes, I have seen the girls who have participated in the show steering towards maybe a certain kind of guy who's kind, who comes across kind. And maybe there's some who kind of get enamored by the fact that, he's into, gymming, for example.
True.
And you've not seen the guy, but you can kind of paint an image of what kind of guy he'd be if he's doing this kind of workout.
True.
You know? So, whatever rocks your boat. So you don't know.
The millennials feel they're the most misunderstood, but they actually, according to a survey, they're the most romantic generation compared to our time.
Really?
Apparently. They know what they want and they're actually very romantic, even if their relationships don't last that long.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be very romantic, but very misunderstood as well by people.
I agree. And I think I said that even on stage. I really think that we tend to think that they are frivolous and they want to keep changing. Men they're changing their socks. But I beg to differ, because through this show, it was very insightful for me to see what girls really are looking for. They don't want to go from one guy to another. The fact that they've participated in the show, at least the girls who have come on my show, it pretty much gives you a flavor of what kind of people are out there and what kind of generation we have, where there is a lot of clarity, there's a lot of pragmatism, there's a lot of security and confidence as well to be able to come on a show like this.
As you, what is the one thing that attracts you in a man and one thing that puts you off?
I think trust is definitely the bedrock of any relationship. So it would have to be trust, but that comes later in life, you know, or later in the dating process. But
first
you
thing.
can kind of, the first thing I think it would be his smile.
Oh.
If it's a physicality kind of thing. So
And the one thing that puts you off?
body odor. Oh God, I can't bear a man who's humming. Like, I can't bear it. Like, he could be the most drop dead, gorgeous, most intelligent billionaire. And if he stinks, I would be running a mile from him. Yeah.
Also, you actually are one of the first people to host a reality show on an
Yes.
OTT platform, and also from the big screen to the small screen. What is the thing that you enjoy most about being a TV host? Because the reach is also wider, and things are changing now, and you're far more accessible than you were
Yes.
when you were doing all those movies.
Yes, of course. Like I said, you have to move ahead with the times, and in fact, sometimes I would say you have to think ahead of ahead of the times as well. And for me, this is what excites me. This is what keeps me going. Whether it be entertaining people on the big screen, small screen, or now, digitally. For me, at the end of it all, it comes down to just one thing: entertainment. And it was quite a learning curve for me. Like, even the terminologies that we use on this show is quite fascinating. Like, I learned a few words like, FOMO. Like, I had to really...
Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned that recently.
Yeah. So a lot of those terms that I was like, what is FOMO? And they were like, you really need to up your game. Like the young girls who were writing the script, and it was a young team, and it was amazing. You have to... for me, what really keeps me going is when I have the opportunity to learn something new. And I did that through this show. Yeah.
And also your fitness goals, you've been giving us goals. I mean, your Sunday binge is viral. Now, honestly, do you eat that all? And how does Shilpa Shetty Kundra keep herself so fit and amazing?
Yeah, so you can see the Sunday binge a bit today.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it.
It takes a couple of days for it to, kind of go down. But I've said this before. I do it only to show people that I let go on Sundays, and I feel most people, kind of are killing themselves in the gym, and they're constantly worrying about what they're putting into their mouth and worrying about whether they're going to lose weight. And I just feel that kind of increases their cortisol levels, and then that stress kind of slows down your metabolism. So for all those people out there who are battling with weight issues, I want them to know that, the first things first, you have to start, relaxing.
Absolutely.
And the day you decide to, want to lose weight, you have to make a modification. And the lifestyle modification I have made, if you want to take a leaf from that, is that I don't eat after 7:30. I try and keep a very healthy, high protein, low carb, no refined sugar, no brown, everything that was white, I have shifted to brown.
Okay.
So even in terms of sugar, though, I've actually pretty much eliminated. So that's why people don't seem to understand why I look at food and why I get so excited when I gorge on a Sunday. It's because I don't do it on other days. So for me, and sometimes, like if you see in the last 3 weeks, I didn't even put up a Sunday binge because I decided not to do it. Like, so there's some days that I decide that this Sunday, I don't want to binge. Because maybe I have eaten something that I shouldn't have eaten in the week. So that modification that you make for yourself will really be, will make it easy for you to lose weight.
Awesome. And also you are quite you've upped your fashion quotient and your style quotient. Everyone looks up to
My
that.
gosh.
So which is your one fashion tip that you want to give everyone?
Keep it simple, stupid, that's it. And I have to give credit to my stylists. So they put in a lot of effort. I don't have the time or the inclination, but when they give me the choice out of the array of choices that I get, I know how I want to look. I like to dress up slightly age appropriate, and while I have it, I'm willing to flaunt it as well, but only up to a certain extent.
And one tip, do it yourself tip that you would want to give to all the girls.
Stay hydrated, very importantly. A lot of girls don't have enough water, and breathe. gosh, that no one else can do for you. So
Absolutely.
please take out some time and just concentrate on your breath. And if you can do that 10 minutes a day, you'll see the world of difference it makes to your life. Yeah.
So what's your idea of a good time, since we're on good times?
I'm having a great time now. I'm having a good time now. Just live in the moment. And this may sound very philosophical, but it's not. I'm a very practical person. I think most people tend to live life without living in the moment.
Absolutely.
So I'm here, I'm 100% with you, and I'm really enjoying this moment. And if we're all able to do that, we'll all have a great time. Yeah.
And before we wrap up, what's your idea of a perfect date?
A little late.
I know, but still, I mean, as you said that your husband and you
My
celebrating
idea
9 years
of
of
a
marriage.
perfect date would be someone who's looking forward to the date one, yeah, and someone who will come with the intent of wooing you. I'm a little old school there. And someone who is more into you than you are into him. That is the perfect date.
Thank you so much.